Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of data structure and algorithm. In this video, we'll learn one more type of linked list that is known as a double linked list. Okay. So before we'll start, we'll should know what is the need of double linked list first. Then we'll go for the process of creation and traversal of double linked list. So whenever a double linked list we are talking about, now that particular node will keep the address of the next node as well as the address of the previous node. And why this is required? Because in single linked list, you have to traverse in a single direction. Now at node number, suppose 3 or 4, you need to come to the previous node. Now you are not allowed. Why? Because you can traverse in a single direction. And through circular linked list, once you'll go to the last node, then you'll come to the first node and again you will traverse to the required node. But in double linked list, every node will keep the address of the next node as well as the previous node. So at node number 4, suppose I am thinking to go to node number 3, then instantly I can come to node number 3 because I am keeping the address of the previous node. Okay. So this is what the advantage of using double linked list over single linked list. Now the speciality is here that the last node's next part and the first node's previous part will contain null, because after the last node no more node is present, and before the first node no more node is present. Clear? And the speciality of double linked list is we can traverse in backward direction from any node, whether it's the last node or any random node. You can traverse in backward direction because we are keeping the address of the previous node in the list. So this is what the representation is all about. Now every node is capable or divided into three parts, where it is keeping the information, then the address of the next node, and the first node specialty is it will keep the previous node or previous part as null. Coming to the 2000 node, it is keeping the information as 20, address of the next node is 3000, and address of the previous node, that is 1000. Okay. So similarly, the last node's next part will contain null because after that no more node is present. But before that, that node 3000 is present. That's where keeping the address. Okay. Now whenever you will traverse this one, the only information you are having is start, but we need to traverse the entire list. Okay. So whatever we have discussed, we'll implement through program, and then we'll see the difference between single linked list and double linked list. Okay. Now what we have done, like in circular linked list, we have copied the program of single linked list and we have done the modification so that we can realize what is actually the difference between single linked list and double linked list or circular linked list. Okay. So same thing we have done here. We have copied the function, whatever we have written earlier in single linked list, and we will do some bit of modification so that you can find the difference between both the concept. Okay. Now whenever I'll define the node, I need to keep one more pointer for keeping the address of the previous node. So I have to add one more like next. Okay. Then start will assign null. Here I have given three options: 0 for creation, 1 for traversal, and option 10 is to exit, because we will add some more functions in our future videos. Now you are asking the user to enter the choice. First, case 0 we are calling the create function, case 1 we are calling the traverse function, and then case 10 is for exit. Okay. Now our first task is to create the linked list. Now we have copied the entire program. I'll also suggest everyone you copy the create function of single linked list, because already you have understood how to create the list. Copy and paste it, and then we'll do some modifications so that you can implement the concept of double linked list. Okay. Now what you are doing here, you are asking the user enter the total number of nodes you want to keep, but start should be null. If start is not equal to null, means list is already there. So that we have written in the else part. The list is already present if start is not equal to null. So list creation is allowed only when start equal to null is true. Okay. Then you are asking the user the total number of nodes I want to keep this much. Okay. But if wrongly I have given 0 or less than that, then you will get a message list size must be greater than 0. Okay. Otherwise, you are creating the node first node temp, then you are keeping the value item in the info part, and next part I am keeping null. So this is the first node I am creating in single linked list. What modifications I need to do? I need to keep in the previous part I also null. Okay, so this is what addition in double linked list. Okay, so previously whenever the node is created, the first node, we are keeping the item in the info part, next part is null. But as this is double linked list, you can realize in the first nodes, next part will be one new node, but previous part will always be null. And as this is the first node, you are assigning the value of temp to start. So start is now pointing to the first node, that is temp. Clear? Then I am using the loop from 2 to total. Every time I'll create a new node, I'll enter the value, I'll store in the info part. The new node next part will be null because this is the last node currently. Okay. And one more thing I need to do here, that new node previous will be temp, because temp is the previous node of new node. Okay. And as temp is the previous node, so temp next will be connected to new node. Okay. So then temp will come to the second node. Previously, initially temp is pointing to the first node. Now whenever new node is had been created, you are giving all the details to new node, and it is connected previously to the first node. Now first node is connected to the second node. Now temp is coming to the second node. Okay. So that next time we will create a node, that new node will become the third node. New third node will connect it to the second node. Second node also will keep the address of the third node. Now temp will come to the third node. So in this process, when the loop will be over, my list will be created. Okay. So once the list will be over, we have given a confirmation message that list is created. Okay. Now coming to the traversal, how to traverse a double linked list. The same procedure that we are applying for single linked list, just copy and paste the code and it will be done. Why? Because whether it's a single linked list or double linked list, you have to print the value from the first node till the last node. But when temp will be out of the list, your printing process will be over. Okay. So temp is pointing to the start one. Then till temp is not equal to null, I am just printing the info part and going to the next node till temp is not going out of the list. Okay. So very simple procedure. Whatever you have written in single linked list, the same we are writing in double linked list. We have given the prototype also. So let us execute. Okay. Now here, first I'll go for traversal. Now list is empty. Nothing is there. Clear? Now I'll create. Suppose 5 number of nodes I want to create. Now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now list is created. Whenever I'll give the options are for traversal, now all the values will be printed. Okay. But now we'll see what is the difference between then single linked list and double linked list. Now the difference is we can display the values in reverse order also from any node. Clear? So we'll write down printf values in reverse order. This is what the specialty of double linked list, that we can print the values in reverse order also. Okay. So what we need to do, I need to use the temp value once again. That is given as start. Okay. And here we'll write down this loop again, but I need to stop at the end. Okay. So while temp next is not equal to null, no need to print the values. Just go to the last node. Okay. Now after this loop, temp will obviously reach to the last node. Clear? Then again, I need to write down this set of code to display the values in reverse order. Okay. So what you will write? Now while temp not equal to null, print the temp info. But here instead of next, you go to the previous. Okay. So it will print up to the first one, then it will become null. Okay. So just see once what we have done the modification. Now temp, I have given start. Finally, by using this loop, temp will now point to the last node. Again, we are using the loop to print the values in reverse order. After printing the last value, it will come to the previous node. Then it will print the value. Again, it will come to the previous node. Finally, temp will print the first node value. And once it will come to the previous of first node, it will become null. Okay. So let's check this one. Now check. First, we are creating. No, we are not traversing. We are creating the node. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Clear? Now we'll traverse. You can see values of the list in proper order. Now in reverse order, I can also print the values in double linked list. So this is what the difference between single linked list and double linked list. Okay. So we can print the values in proper order, always also in the reverse order. Okay. So whatever we have implemented, you can see the algorithm that start is null, so list is empty. Otherwise, give the value of start to temp. Now, while temp is not equal to null, just print the info and go to the next node. Okay. And the reverse order, you have to implement by yourself so that you can realize the difference between single linked list and double linked list. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching this.